In our politics lead, Ozempic and Wegovy, two drugs that everyone's talking about, in part because they have the potential to be life-changing for millions of Americans struggling with type 2 diabetes and or obesity. Both drugs are produced by one of the most profitable pharmaceutical companies around, Novo Nordisk. The Kaiser Family Foundation looked at prices for these weight loss drugs and found that the list prices are significantly higher here in the United States than in other countries. For instance, Ozempic is $936 a month here in the United States. It's under $200 in Japan, Canada, Germany, and the Netherlands. Under $100 in the United Kingdom, Australia, and France. And Wegovy costs more than $1,300 a month in the United States. Wegovy does. Only around $300 a month in Germany and the Netherlands. Now, one senator wants answers as to why these prices are so, quote, outrageously high. And independent Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont joins us now. He is the chairman of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. Senator Sanders, thanks so much for joining us. As you know, in March, researchers at Yale found that both Ozempic and Wegovy can be profitably manufactured for less than $5 a month. Why are Americans being charged more than any other country for these drugs other than profits?
Well, I would use the word greed, but you could use the word profits. Look, you know, Jake, you well know that we are a very politically divided nation. But there is one issue that brings Democrats, Republicans, and independents together. And that is the American people are sick and tired of being ripped off by giant pharmaceutical companies who are charging us not just more than other countries for the same product, sometimes 10, 15 times more for the same exact product. And that has got to end. Now, as you've indicated, Ozempic and Wegovy are very, very important new products. They're game changers that can have a tremendously positive impact on the lives of millions of people. And I really do want to congratulate the scientists at Novo Nordisk for their important work. It's going to save lives all over the world. But this product will mean nothing to an American who has diabetes or dealing with obesity if you cannot afford that product. And that is the case. There are estimates out there that thousands of people will die unnecessarily simply because they cannot afford this product, which is sold so much more expensively in America than in other countries. Second point, if Medicare and Medicaid cover Ozempic and Wegovy, there's going to be a huge increase in spending on those two important federal health insurance programs. In fact, it's going to bankrupt Medicare. So we have got to get a handle on this. I have invited, and he will come, the CEO, Mr. Jorgensen, of Novo Nordisk, to come before the committee and simply explain why he thinks it's appropriate to charge us 15 times more than the people in Germany or the UK.
So obviously, I can't defend those prices, and I'm not here to defend. But I do want to ask you a philosophical question. Because a couple weeks ago, I met Roy Vagelos. Roy Vagelos is a scientist, the former chairman and CEO of Merck. And he told me about how Merck not only developed statins, but helped develop a product that treated parasitic worms. Yep. And Merck ultimately donated the medicine to prevent 55 million Africans from getting river blindness. And yep. I guess my question is, given the costs of research and development and acts like that, what I know are not the norm, but do happen, how does the Senate decide what is appropriate for private companies to charge and what is not?
Well, that's a good question. And look, I am not anti-drug companies, as you indicated. I made major breakthroughs in area after area. But let us also not kid ourselves. Right now, drug companies, you have the 10 of the top drug companies in the world have made over $100 billion in profits in the last year. As we speak, Jake, right here, I'm on Capitol Hill, there are 1,800 well-paid lobbyists right now running all over Washington to make sure that we do not lower the prices of prescription drugs in this country. Many of these drug companies give their CEOs tens of millions of dollars a year in compensation. They do stock buybacks, etc. They are enormously profitable. So the question that you're asking is, how do we develop a system which allows the system to fund the important research and development that we need so that we come up with groundbreaking drugs to deal with important diseases that are out there. This system that we have right now, which is ripping off the American people, just is not working. And the simple question that the pharmaceutical industry has got to ask ourselves, they make money selling Ozempic in Germany for $59. How much money are they making here in the United States selling us that product for almost $1,000? That's the question that has to be answered.
So we reached out to Novo Nordisk for comment. A spokesman said, quote, "We look forward to discussing solutions that ensure access and affordability for all patients within the complex U.S. healthcare system," unquote. Do you have confidence that the company is willing to work with you to find a compromise? It wouldn't be the first time that you were able to achieve something like that.
Well, I certainly hope so. And look, they are right. The system, our healthcare system, is obviously broken and dysfunctional. We spend twice as much per capita on healthcare as people of any other country, and our results are often not as good. And the pricing system within the pharmaceutical area is also clearly broken. And what they will tell you is, well, you know, we give rebates, and they do. The PBMs get a 40% rebate, but at the end of the day, the price they are still charging after the rebates, much higher in the US than in other countries. And for the average person who doesn't have any insurance, who walks into a drugstore to buy the product, they're going to pay list price. If you have co-pays, if you have deductibles, you're going to pay a hell of a lot of money. So I would hope, I really would hope, that Novo Nordisk sits down with us and says, okay, we are not going to end, we're not going to continue to rip off the American people. Canadians pay $150. We're paying $900 and some odd dollars. You know, let's substantially lower the price that the American people have to pay for this.
Let's turn to another issue that you care a great deal about today. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said he pressed about pending military aid in conversations with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who was in Israel last week. Here's what Netanyahu says he told Secretary Blinken. Take a listen.
It's inconceivable that in the past few months, the administration has been withholding weapons and ammunition to Israel. Israel, America's closest ally, fighting for its life, fighting against Iran and our other common enemies. Secretary Blinken assured me that the administration is working day and night to remove these bottlenecks. I certainly hope that's the case. It should be the case.
So Prime Minister Netanyahu says Secretary Blinken told him that restrictions on weapons shipments would be lifted. But as you heard, Netanyahu said it was inconceivable that in the past few months the Biden administration has been withholding weapons and ammunition to Israel. What's your reaction?
I'll tell you what I believe is inconceivable is that while we all acknowledge that Hamas, a terrorist organization, started this war with their terrible attack on Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking hostages, what is also inconceivable is that in the last 8 months, Israel has killed some 35,000 Palestinians, wounded some 80,000, over 60% of whom are women and children. They have completely decimated the housing stock of Gaza, the medical system of Gaza, the educational system of Gaza, all of which is to me inconceivable. And right now, as we speak, according to the World Health Organization, you've got thousands of children who are suffering from malnutrition. And children are already in Gaza starved to death. All of this, by the way, is in violation of American and international law. So to me, what is inconceivable is for the United States to give another nickel to the right-wing extremist Netanyahu government who is going to war against not just Hamas, but the entire Palestinian people. That's inconceivable.
So today, I mean, you said the same thing about Israel should not get another nickel from the U.S. until policies are changed, the Netanyahu government. Today, as you know, top Democrats on the House Foreign Affairs Committee and Senate Foreign Relations Committee are signing off on the Biden administration selling what could become the largest weapons package ever to Israel, worth $18 billion, with some 50 F-15 fighter jets included. So you do not appear to be in the majority in your party, even on this issue.
First of all, I'm an independent.
That's true.
I caucus with the Democrats.
You caucus with the Democrats. You take my point, though.
I do get your point. Look, you have clearly, for a dozen different reasons, which we could discuss at length at another time, you have support for this. I think it is absolutely wrong. And I think it is way out of touch with where the American people are. The American people want to make sure that Israel is able to defend itself against terrorist attacks, is secure. We all want that. But in my view, the American people do not want to see, among other things, starvation being used as a tool of war, which is what the Netanyahu government is doing right now. So yes, I guess there are relatively few of us here on Capitol Hill who hold that position. I happen to believe it is the right position and the moral position, and in fact, the position that most Americans support.
Senator Bernie Sanders, always good to see you, sir. Thank you so much.